Hello, hello, and happy day. It's a hip kind of day today. So we're actually going to start opening the inner hips. So lie on your back. If you have a beach towel or blanket, put that beach towel or blanket underneath your sacrum. Make it like a little square or a little box. Or you could keep it like that. You have that fancy little bolster, so you're good. I'm having technical difficulties with my music, so you will see me playing around with my iPad for a moment. But then just extend the legs for now, right? So extend the legs down so that it opens your front hips, relax your ankles, relax your hips and belly, right? Close the eyes if they're open, and then start to breathe in through the nose. And when you get to the fullest part of the inhale, hold the breath. And then open the mouth and exhale through the mouth. So just a little different technique with that. Let's do that a few more times. Inhale through the nose. Find your fullest inhale. And then open the mouth and exhale through the mouth. Good. We'll do one more like that while I get my little music going. Inhale through the nose. Oh my goodness. It's like, oh my goodness, that was loud. All right. This time, when you take your next inhale, can you start bringing the soles of the feet together? And let's increase the opening of the inner hips here. So taking the knees apart. And then I'll tell you this, if it feels like it's too much, right? So the hips are feeling way overstretched like this, then you're going to grab your blocks and you are going to create a little limit so that they don't come down as far. And then continue with your breath. The same token, if you start to feel like you need a little extra stretch in those inner hips, take those blocks out of the way, let the knees fall apart further, or maybe even put a block under the feet. So by raising the feet, it gives you a lot more gravity to play with for the hips. Let's go ahead and start adding a little shoulder stretch to it. So take your arms over the head and start off by just taking the arms over the head, softening the elbows. And then once you get adapted to that feeling and you feel like you want more, see if you can reach for opposite elbows over your head. Our opportunity here to really soak in the breath. And then you can take your next inhale just as you are. And then on the exhale, bring the knees together, interlace your hands and turn your palms inside out. Press them up towards the ceiling. And then take your arms over your head. So now you're stretching the arms over the head. Move any blocks out of the way and extend the legs long. And then from here, just cross the right ankle over the left ankle. Grab a hold of your right wrist now with your first two fingers of the left hand and reach the right arm over to the left. You almost look like you're creating a little shape of a banana here. Okay, move your feet towards the left corner of the mat as well. Good, keep dropping your right shoulder, inhale. And then as you exhale, come back to neutral and bring the right knee, that same right leg that was crossed over, bring the right knee into the chest. Good, roll the ankle, wiggle the toes. And then roll the ankle in the opposite direction, wiggle the toes. Good, now take the right hand over the knee and roll the hip. And then reverse it and roll the hip. Left hand over the right knee, take your inhale. Give yourself a nice twist to the left as you exhale. Feel the stretch all the way up your back, right? And you can move your hip, your knee a little bit up and down so you can get a feeling of that type of tightness and stretch, right? So it stretches more than your hip. It's stretching the muscles in the lower and mid back. Good. Come back to center. Inhale. Take that right leg, lengthen it. Pull the chin in and see if you can bring the forehead up. Take your hands and you can either press them so that you kind of release the back of the right leg, or you can tap them. Tap the lower leg, tap the thigh. Right ankle crosses over the left leg and the left leg comes up. And then you hold your leg up with your laced hands. Take your right elbow and press that right leg away from you, and notice how now you open the opposite part of the hip. Now you're working to open the outside of the right hip. And then this is plenty for most of us, but if you want to create even a little bit more of a stretch, hug the legs closer to you. Good. Head down, knees in. Take your inhale. As you exhale, stretch the legs long, interlace your fingers one more time. Reach them over your head when you exhale. Second side, take the left ankle over the right thigh. And then grab your left wrist this time. Take the left arm towards the right. And then move your feet towards the right corner of the mat. So creating that banana shape on this side. You will have one side that feels that you can do less with. So breathe through it so you stretch. Good, and then come back in, take your inhale, bring the left knee into the chest. As you exhale, you're gonna roll the ankle, wiggle the toes in one direction and then in the other. Then you can cup the knee and move your hip. And then you can extend the leg all the way up. You can tap the back of the leg if it feels good for you to release it, just stretch. You can bring your head up. Good. Bend the knee, right hand over the knee, inhale, twist to the other side. You might feel that back release. You might hear that back pop a little bit. And that's normal. Back to center. Extend the leg and then cross the ankle over the other leg. Grab the back of that other leg up and then use your left elbow to press the knee away from you. Good. You can bend the leg and you can bring yourself in a little tighter if you want more of that outer hip to stretch. And then release both feet down. Take the blanket or towel out of the way and start to rock forward and back. Onto your hands, maybe shift back. Do that a few times, and then when you're ready, come into tabletop. And let's wake up the hips now in a more dynamic way. So knees out, toes together, shift back and forth. So you come into the hips, and then let's add the shoulder stretch with it. So right arm up on the inhale, right arm back and down as you exhale. Every time I reach my arm up and I look at it, I actually create space on the inside of my left hip. So try to gaze towards the hand as you breathe and rotate. A few more times. These dynamic movements are really good to let the body loosen up, right? The next time you reach forward, take your inhale and then look up towards that hand. And as you exhale, thread. Right arm under left, forehead down, stretch the shoulder. Nice and simple. Inhale, unthread the right arm, reach it forward. Exhale, prepare, and then shift forward left arm, shift back. Just like that. Inhale forward and up. Exhale back and down. A few more. Inhale. Exhale. The next time you reach up, inhale. And then as you exhale, left arm under the right arm, thread and bring the forehead down. Look forward, thread, unthread, inhale, shift forward. This is called swan pose. So you shift, you point your elbows back, and you soften the belly enough so that you lower and the feet come together. Okay, curl the toes under, shift the weight back, inhale. Let's come into down dog. Separate the feet in down dog a little bit, walk it out. We call this walking the dog. Stretch through the Achilles, through the lower leg, through the back of the leg, and then keep those hips up. At any point, rest on your knees, and then you can always meet us back. Okay, take the left knee, bring it all the way down. Take the right leg, bring it all the way up. Bend the knee, and then see if you can feel the opening through the right hip. And then pull the knee in and out so that you kind of move the hip as much as you can. And then you can reverse it. Hip mobility. The next time you neutralize the hips, extend the leg back. Take your inhale. Let's work the hip a little more. Take your exhale. The leg moves towards your neighbor on the left. You can put your foot on their mat. It's okay. Okay, now look over your left shoulder and feel the stretch on the left outer hip. Watch. Take your inhale. Bring your right knee in. And then as you exhale, take the other leg out. So it's a different stretch. It's more like a straddle stretch. If you have that little blanket or towel and you want to slide it out with that, you can do that. Come into your forearms. If it's too much for you, don't do it. Feel okay with wherever you are. You're going to have to come towards me when you're getting ready to stretch the leg the other way. Feel that hip? You should. Okay, come into your hands. Bring your left knee in. Send your right foot forward. Grab your blocks. Frame the foot with your blocks and then come off the back leg. Flatten out both feet and keep your feet aligned with your own hips. Keep your hands on blocks and then you find your extension, wherever the blocks want to go. They can be right under your shoulders or you can walk them way in front of you. It's up to you. I want you to feel like you're stretching, but I don't want you to feel like you're super duper uncomfortable. Okay? Feel the stretch through the legs. Wag your tail a little bit from right to left and explore what's happening with your hips here. Okay, now step forward, but cross the left foot behind the right foot. So now it's kind of weird. Your pinkies meet. Come all the way up, try to balance like that. Okay, so feel that, right? You've got the right leg over the left. Now find a wall. Let me see if I can go somewhere where you can see me. Get close to a wall. Right foot in front of left. Now shift your hips to the left. I'm going to come on the mat so they can see me. To the left. Reach your arm to the right. This is for the IT band that kind of comes to the outside of the hip and the thigh. Stretch it out. Good. Come all the way up. Forward fold with these funky legs. Forward fold. As best as you can. If you can't forward fold and you're close to the wall, you can forward fold using the wall. All of these little things will get you more and more pliable. Great. Undo the cross of the legs. Now your feet are normal. Okay, move the blocks off to the side. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms. Separate the feet a little bit and swing from side to side. This gets into your hips also, believe it or not. You can swing the arms. And then come back to a stop. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, down dog. So step back and find your down dog again. So let's break down your down dog. Separate the feet as wide as your hips, more or less. If they have to be a little wider, you can do that. Separate your hands a little wider than your shoulders and line up your ears with your arms. Hug the belly in. Soften the knees so that your back is really as straight as you can get it. Take your inhale, heels high. Exhale, right knee to the floor. And then as you take your next inhale, left leg all the way up. Bend the knee, open the hip. If it feels good, make circles with this hip. In one direction and then in the other. Neutralize the hip, extend the leg all the way long on the inhale. Cross it over towards the right. You can come towards me. Feel that outer right hip. I like having you next to me. You're always back there. You're always babies in the corner. Nobody puts baby in that corner. Okay, so bring the left knee back next to the right knee. And now it's the right leg that stretches out. You can use the towel on the foot if you want to slide it low. Just be ready to slide deep. If you put your your foot over a towel, it's going to slide. So be careful. And then I usually come out of my hands for this. I come into my forearms so I could just give my wrist a little break. Okay, outer hip, inner hip. Bring your left knee back in. And then I believe you step the foot forward, I think. Come in for that pyramid pose initially. So the feet are fairly flat. Your hands are over the blocks and you're trying to create a long back, right? Wag your tail slightly to the left. Stay with your hands wherever they are comfortable or push it a little bit and find your stretch. Take your inhale, and then as you exhale, I believe the left leg comes in front of the right or behind the right? Behind the right. Pinkies try to meet. And then we're going to come up. My right leg is in front of my left, and I'm going to go to my wall with my left hand on the wall. So I'm going to face away from you. My left hand's on the wall. My right foot is over my left foot. And then now my right arm comes up, 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 up towards the ceiling and over towards the wall. Ooh, stretch it. And remember, we do our best, no perfection. Come back up to center, inhale, forward fold. So if you're close to a wall and it feels better for you to face the wall and forward fold like that, do that. If not, forward fold with blocks or however you want, just forward fold. Yes, all right. Feet go back to natural. Root and rise all the way up. Inhale, hands meet right at your heart center. Exhale. All right, let's start to flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Step back just with the left foot. From here, this is a lunge position. Grab your blocks, shift forward and back a few times. Okay, we're going to start to create heat now. We're going to start to sweat a little bit more. Plant your blocks to frame the right foot. Use your core strength as you press into the blocks. Take that right leg and try to lift it all the way up, up, up towards the ceiling. Good. Feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, plank pose, simply by stacking the shoulders over the wrists. Maybe the knees have to come down. And then exhale, come back into down dog. So no chaturanga, just back into down dog. Feet together, back of the mat, left leg up, inhale. Since you're elevated from the mat, it'll be a little bit more doable. Pull the knee through, step the left foot forward. That takes a nice amount of hip strength and mobility. Reach up, crescent pose. Notice that hip. Exhale, cactus the arms. Don't step into the block, so make sure you have the space to step into chair. Inhale, in chair pose. Exhale, fold. Good. Step the right leg back this time. Plant your hands over the blocks, so you're on the blocks with your hands, just so that it gives you space to step back to down dog, split. Feet together at the back. Inhale, plank pose, strong as can be. Hold like a surfboard strength here. Exhale, down dog. Right leg up, inhale. Step the right foot in between the blocks. Exhale. Send your arms towards the ceiling. Inhale. Cactus your arms. Exhale. Look towards your right foot because you're going to try to step the left foot next to the right foot. Chair pose, maybe this time a little lower. Inhale, stretch out the arms. Let's do that again. Exhale, fold. Left leg back. Inhale. Right leg splits up towards the ceiling. Exhale. Keep the leg up and see if you can balance in plank with your leg up. Just try it. Rock forward, shoulders over, wrist. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come back, down dog. Feet together. Left leg up, inhale. Step the left foot forward, exhale. Crescent pose, reach up, inhale. Cactus your arms, exhale. Step into chair pose. Inhale, forward fold, exhale. Last time. Right leg back, inhale. Left leg back with a split leg, exhale. Keep the leg up if you're okay with it. Try to find plank pose. It takes a lot of core stability. Hold plank, hold it. And then come right back to where you were. Feet together. Right leg up, inhale. Step the right foot forward. Reach your arms up on me, inhale. Chair pose, exhale. Stand up tall, inhale. Hands come to the heart, exhale. So that little movement and exercise was to get your core awake and your hips mobile. Move the blocks off to the side. Let's inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Prayer fold, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Keep your left hand down. Twist as you exhale, lunge twist. Right hand down as you inhale, down dog, exhale. So if you want to take your down dog with a split, you can do it. Now we take high plank, elbows point back. Inhale, drop the knees for the first one, lower to the belly, exhale. Your version of cobra. So it's an inhale as you lift your forehead, maybe your collarbones, maybe the chest, maybe the belly. And then exhale, down dog. We'll bring the feet together and the left leg comes up on the inhale. And we'll open the hip at the top. So bend the knee, exhale. Stretch the leg long on the inhale, pull the knee into the belly, use your core strength, hold and step. Here we are again, crescent pose. Hold crescent and then know that the more you bend that front leg, the more that right hip is being active. One more big inhale, and then we move into warrior two. So we face the right as you exhale. Guide the knee towards the pinky side of the foot and walk the left foot to the left so you can open your hips more. Good. Send your arms up. Take your arms together like that towards the back. Reach them back, back. Good. Take your arms back up, inhale. Left forearm to the thigh, exhale. Right arm over your ear. Pull the chin in, keep using your forearm to move that left leg to the left a little bit. Now, come up, back to warrior two, inhale. Turn your left foot in, so now it's neutral. Turn your right toes out and bend the right knee. And as you bend the right knee, face the side of the mat and come into side lunge. So it's Skandasana or side lunge. Now start to see if you can turn your left toes up. Good. Stand up tall, inhale, stretch, triangle pose to the left side. So turn the feet to the left, glide to the left, inhale, left hand down, right arm up. Pull that right shoulder back a little bit, pull the head back a little bit. We're gonna root to rise, inhale, and then we're gonna go back to crescent on the exhale. Can you take your inhale and move into chair pose? And then on the exhale, fold over your legs. Good. Step your right leg back, inhale. Try to twist to the left, exhale. Bring your left hand down, inhale. Find your down dog, exhale. Maybe it's a down dog split. High plank, inhale. Lower to the belly, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Down dog pose, exhale. Stretch it out. Feet together, right leg up, inhale. Can you bend the knee and work on opening the hip? And then step the foot forward as best as you can. Here's crescent pose, right? So same thing we did to the other side. Start with crescent, hips are neutral. The more you bend the front leg, the more sensation you get in the left hip. And then we'll take another inhale, and then we're gonna open into warrior two to the other side, to the left. Walk your right foot to the right, guide the knee to the right, and reach your arms out. Now take your arms up. Inhale, keep the legs, take your arms back, exhale. Take your arms back up, inhale. Forearm to the right thigh. Left arm over your ear. Good. Shift your knee, right knee towards the right, towards the pinky side of the foot. Ready for the side lunge. So come up, neutralize the feet. So the right toes go in, the left toes come out, and you start to shift into your side lunge, and then the right toes start to shift up. And remember, it's a side lunge and it could be a little tiny dip. It doesn't have to be super duper long. Good, come up tall, inhale, triangle pose towards the right. So turn the feet to the right, straight arms, straight legs, reach to the right, inhale, the right hand comes to the thigh or the leg, and the left arm comes up. Same thing as the other side, try to continue to encourage your top shoulder back, your head back. We root and rise. Inhale, and we go back into crescent as we exhale. From crescent, we inhale, chair pose. And then on the exhale, we stand up nice and tall. Okay, let's flow through it again. Inhale, reach up, a little different this time. Exhale, fold over your legs. Step back with the left foot. Keep your left hand down, walk your right foot to the right, twist to the right. Untwist, and then take your right leg all the way back into down dog or down dog split. Keep it up or bring it down, find your plank pose. Inhale. Lower towards the belly, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. And then from here, child's pose or down dog, but it's a break. It's 3 breaths. So you can settle back and rest, seated or in child's pose or in down dog. 3 little breaths. Just a moment to regroup. We're going to inhale wherever you decided to be, seated, child's pose, or down dog. And then as we exhale, we're all going to meet in down dog. The feet come together. The left leg comes up. And then when the left leg comes up, you open the hip again. Pull the knee through, step the foot forward. So here we are again. We're in crescent. But we're going to stretch out the shoulders and the hips a little more. So watch. Open the elbows, take the right foot, flatten it out. So it's now flat. Take your hands behind you. You can grab a towel, a strap, or interlace the hands. Walk your left foot to the left, open the chest. Stretch the shoulders, inhale. And now this is called humble warrior. So what's neat about this is the more you open that left leg to the left, the more you're going to get into that left hip. Let the head fall heavy towards the mat. You're almost there. So start to turn your body to the right. Now you're going to be in a wide-legged forward fold. And I know it's not easy. You're going to try your hardest to balance yourself and forward fold like that. Good. Release your hands. Soften the knees. Come up. All the way up, 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 up. Inhale. Warrior 2 to the left. Exhale. Relax the shoulders up and back. Here it is again. Reach your arms up like we did last time. Reach them back like we did last time. Bring them back up on the inhale, but this time, instead of the forearm to the thigh, reach the arms forward, even if it's 1/4 of an inch. Keep guiding that knee towards the pinky side of the foot. Ooh la la, come up tall, inhale. Neutralize the left foot, so bring the left foot in. Take the right toes out. Reach forward like you're grabbing a ball way in front of you. Side lunge, Skandasana to the right. Right knee bends. Stand up tall, inhale. Grab your block, exhale. Turn the left toes to the left. Last time we did triangle, so you can do triangle again, or you're gonna go into half moon, okay? So I'll coach you through both. Right hand to the waist, left hand down, stay in triangle with the right arm up, or come off the back leg and balance in half moon. And since we are working on your hips, if you're in half moon, try reaching for the right foot, bending the right knee. Good. Release it. Come back into triangle if you took a little flight. Crescent pose. Inhale. Knee to the floor. Exhale. Okay, lizard is next. So watch. You take your hands inside of the left foot and you walk your left foot to the left. Stay with your right knee over a blanket if you want, if that's easier for you. Or hover your right knee up and then see if you can bring your forearms to blocks or the floor. It is a pretty intense hip opening and the left toes should point to the left. Okay, so the cross is super fun to do and it's definitely optional. You can take where you are and stay here for another 3 to 4 to 5 breaths, or you can venture out with me and work on the cross. I'm gonna coach you through the cross. For the cross, I lift up my back knee. I come off my forearms into my hands, and then I have to neutralize my left foot a little bit. Then I take my left shoulder and try to bring it under the left leg. I create a little grounded cross. See how my hands are wide? Or I float my hands up, or I bind my hands in my low back. Woo! Drop your knee if you haven't done so. If you were in the cross, come back down to your knee, maybe on that blanket. Grab your straps. I'm sorry, your blocks. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then shift your weight back. It'll feel good after bending that leg for so long. Stretch the leg and go into this version of a split, a half monkey, or go into a deeper monkey, maybe with the support of a block. Or those of you that can go all the way into the full monkey or split, you can do that. I recommend stay upright if you're okay with it, but if not, do what works for you. My back toes are tucked and my back heel is up. So I'm avoiding the cheerleader split. And then my pelvis is fairly squared as I can get it. Nice. So Dale's in a lower version of her block. I'm in a higher version of my block. Good. Those of you that are upright, if you want to lean forward now, go for it. See how that feels. 3 to 4 breaths to go. Okay, take your inhale, start coming into your half monkey. Those of you that are in the full monkey. Then as you exhale, bend the back front leg again, move the little the blanket out of the way, and try to come up into your version of crescent. We're gonna step into chair pose, and then we're gonna anchor the right foot, and then take the left leg and cross it over into kind of a little floating pigeon. Use the wall if you need to. You don't have to try to balance doing this, but then try to get your chest as close to that leg as you can. If you want to add a little shoulder stretch and a little challenge, interlace your hands behind your back and balance. Keep your gaze fixed on one little spot. Stand up tall, inhale, shake it all out, exhale. All right, we got to do all that to the other side. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, fold. Step back, plank pose, and go right into down dog. Step your right foot forward, and then take an inhale and go into a lunge twist as you exhale. Yes, sorry, I was supposed to step back with the right foot, but I forgot. So I went into down dog, and now we step forward. So this is kind of like what we started the other side. Good. Bring your hand down, down dog split. This is your last plank with one leg up, perhaps. So if you want to try it, high plank, inhale. Lower towards the belly, exhale. Cobra, inhale. And then this is where you take 3 to 4 breaths, resting in child's pose, sitting up, or in down dog, right? So you can be here, you can be in down dog, or you can be sitting up, grabbing some water, whatever feels good. Okay, take an inhale wherever you are. Come into down dog on the exhale. Bring the feet together. It's the right leg that comes up. You bend the knee to open the hip, and then you step the right foot forward. It's crescent yet again. And then we took the back foot and we flatten it out. So it ends up being like warrior one legs. My front foot is flat, my back foot is flat on a diagonal. Walk your right foot to the right so you have more space. Take your hands behind you. Towel can grab, strap, blanket, or interlace the hands. Inhale, open the chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Remember, let the heaviness of the head help you open the hips. Turn yourself to the left, forward fold. I know this is not easy. Try to create your balance. Now from here, soften the knees. Bring your hands down if you want. Move into headstand if you're a headstander, or just hover here, relax. Okay, feet down, soften the knees. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach your arms up. Exhale, warrior two to the right. Roll the shoulders up and back. Keep the warrior two legs, bring the arms up, inhale. Reach those arms behind you as you exhale. Bring them back to the center. Inhale, and see if you can bring them slightly in front of you as you exhale. Back to center. Inhale, side lunge. So right toes come in a little bit, left toes come out a lot, and you come into your version of side lunge. Okay, use your core, all right? Take your inhale, come up, grab your block. And then as you exhale, turn the feet to the right. Triangle or half moon or a hybrid of both. Reach to the right, right hand down, inhale. Stay here and bring your left arm up for triangle or come off the left leg. And then if you're flying and you feel like you have the space for it, bend that top leg, grab a hold of the foot, and you should be opening the hip a little more. Come all the way out. Prepare for crescent. So we're going to turn to crescent. And this is when we go into that lizard. So bring your hands inside of the right foot and walk the right foot to the right. Grab your little blanket, put your left knee on it if you want. Grab a little block, put your forearms on it. Make sure your right toe box opens to the right. And if you actually play with coming off the right foot onto the blade of the foot, you end up opening your hips just a little differently. So just see what you can do. This is restorative. This helps you stretch. This may be where you need to stay, okay? But in about a breath or two, I'm gonna start to involve the setup for the cross. And then some of us have to like take breaks from it because it is intense. Okay, so for the cross, similar legs, but you move the blocks out of the way and you flatten out the right foot a little bit. And then you take this blanket off to the side and then inch your shoulder close to or underneath the right leg. Your hands open out like you're creating a little cross. Stay or float it. I'm gonna pull on your ear, Scott, because you're so close to me. I'm so close to you. And then if you want, you can actually internally rotate the arms and see if you can grab a hold of the hands behind you. This is a very intense, when you do what I'm doing here, it is intense on my right hip, more so than it was on my left hip. Yee. All right, unravel if you tried it. Drop the knee back on that little blanket. Grab your blocks. Stretch into half monkey. Oh my hip. Half monkey is the perfect little pose. Maybe you need to create a little bit deeper than a half monkey, a 3/4 monkey, maybe a full monkey. I recommend upright your torso for the first few moments. My back heel is up, my back toes are tucked. Nice. Another 2 to 3 breaths. And then let's start making ourselves back and towards that half monkey. Then we bend the front leg We move that little blanket out of the side just so we don't trip over it. We move our block slightly off the side so we don't trip on it, and come into your version of crescent. Take an inhale, chair pose. Keep your left foot really grounded, and then see if you can bring your right ankle outside or resting over the left leg. And then you take this version of pigeon, hands over block on the wall if you want, or you can try to balance. Good. Stand up tall, feet together, inhale. Let's prepare for regular pigeon. So as you exhale, forward fold. Step back with the left foot. Send the right leg up. Open that right hip. Stay here for a moment. Maybe roll the ankle a little bit. Maybe roll the hip. You can take pigeon, prone, or supine on your back. So I'll set you up for prone first. Bring your knee towards your wrist. Slide the left leg back. Maintain a pretty squared pelvis with the back toes down on the inhale. Surrender all the way down. Maybe put a block under your chest as you exhale. Okay, if you want to do the supine version, we did it at the beginning of class. You could be here. Few more breaths. Put your little knee over this. See if that feels good. That feel okay?
Yes.
Okay, come onto your belly from here. So when you're ready, okay, if you have to stay where you are longer, stay longer. But when you're ready, you're gonna just bring your leg back as best as you can. So then you're on your tummy. And then we're gonna move ourselves to the right so that we have a nice amount of space on the mat to the left of it. You'll thread the left arm under the right, and then you're gonna try to roll onto your back, keeping that right leg bent. Yeah, you're good. So now, but keep the right leg to the right, and then bring your shoulder back. So this guy stays, and then you move back.
Oh, okay. Trying to get the right shoulder blade down.
So little by little, you want to keep inching your left shoulder blade more to the left, so that eventually you're just forcing your little back to get stretched out. Jan, I'm going to help you. Take your left arm this way. And then stay like that, but just try to roll back. Yes. And you can little by little keep bringing this shoulder over here. That looks good. Keep bringing this one this way more and more and more. No, you're doing great. Just get further in.
Okay.
Feel all that stretching. Mhm. Breathe. Few more breaths and we'll go back into down dog. Good. Look how much more just from the last minute and a half, how much more you're opening that shoulder. This is good. Good, good, good little rotation. You too. Okay, roll onto the belly. Let's take a cobra pose, right? So roll onto the belly slowly and then take a nice gentle cobra pose. Doesn't have to be super, super intense. And then come back into child's pose and down dog. Let's do pigeon on the other side, right? So I believe it's the left leg. Is it the left leg now? Left leg up, bend the knee, and then bring the left knee towards the left wrist, unless you've got a little history on your knee or something and it feels better for you to do it on your back. Okay. If you're doing this version of pigeon, make sure your back knee, the straight knee, points straight down. And then use your props. You can put a towel or a block under your left glute. You can put a blanket under your right knee. You can put another block under your chest. And then same thing, if you're on your back, you could just either take the very gentle approach by just keeping your right foot flat, or you can bring your right leg up. You stay there as long as you want. When you're ready, you essentially roll onto your tummy, move to the left part of the mat, and your little leg looks like you're in tree pose. And then you thread the right arm under the left, and you try your best to land on both shoulders. And it might not happen for a good minute or so. But keep inching your right shoulder under you. Yes, yes. You're good. Yeah, so on your tummy, then this leg bends this way. You're good, you're good. Now take this arm that way. Yes, and then come on your back. And then come on your back, come on your back, come on your back. And then little by little, this guy goes that way. Good, and then you take that top arm over. Little by little, this girl keeps moving. Just opens everything up. You're tighter on this side.
Yes, especially.
Let time take you further in the stretch. That's why we hold these restorative stretches longer. Another 2 to 3 breaths. Okay, and then when you're ready, you can roll onto your tummy and then shift back into child's pose so that you lie on your back. We're going to end class like we started. Remember when we started on our back with the diamond legs? Start there, but we're actually going to use props this time. So it's going to feel pretty nice. Watch what we're going to do. I'm going to take one block, right? And I'm going to put it right in the area of the upper back. And then I'm going to take my other block and I'm going to put it where my head is going to be. And I'm going to use my blanket if I feel up to it, right? So I'm going to go here like this. And then if I feel up to it, right? Like for me, it feels good to put the blanket under my sacrum. So you can put your block at its lowest setting or at the mid setting or the high. I don't recommend the high setting for that, but definitely the high setting for the head. So I'll help you guys because your blocks are skinny. Yeah. So I'm going to have you guys both going to mid blocks. So come onto your little back. I'll set you up first. And then you're going to tell me if it doesn't feel good, we'll switch it. Okay. So there, back there, and then your head here. How's that? Good. And then the arms relax. Perfect. Now, Kim, let's put this under your bum. See how that feels. Ready? Good. Yes. Okay, so stay like that or go and bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open like we did at the beginning of class. Let me set up your head back. Yeah. Good. So all that's left to do here is completely rest. Work on getting some nice, deep, deep, deep breathing in through the nose. Maybe holding the breath at the top and going out through the nose and holding the breath at the bottom. Maintain everything as is except the legs. Just stretch the legs long. Wiggle the toes. Soften the hips and the glutes. And then bring your forearms close to you so that you can lift off the back and move the blocks out of the way. And bring your head and back all the way down with no props. And then just soak this in for a moment. Actually, if I were you, I'd take even a blanket off the hips. So you're on the floor, hard floor, no props. Head down, shoulders down, back down, glutes down. And then you can interlace your hands and get the deepest stretch over your head with your arms. Cross the right ankle over the left and make that little banana shape you started class with and see how that feels. And then switch ankles and stretch to the other side and see how this side feels. Yeah, and now bring the knees into the chest. Keep your eyes closed and take the deepest, deepest, deepest inhale you can take through the nose. And then when you get to the absolute maximum, open your mouth and exhale it out of your mouth. Roll to your favorite side. Stay on your side for a breath or two and then come up to sit. Once you sit, take a moment to notice your body, how your feet feel, how your knees feel, how the area of the low back and the hips feel, how your shoulders and arms and neck feel, and then how, of course, your heart feels, and how your mind feels. And you've worked hard on you for the last hour, so now that you're ready to give to others, even better. So let's bring the palms together, thumbs to the heart, and think about one positive quality that you might want to add into your day today. Once you decide what that is, go ahead and attach the words I am in front of that quality, giving it the power of it already is. And as you take your next inhale, say that phrase in your mind. And then go ahead and open your mouth again, let go of the breath and anything that no longer serves you. Namaste. Happy day. Namaste online.